when I was 12, 13, I just started reading Percy Jackson, the series. It was very popular then, and I was this teenager girl drawing in class and reading fantasy books. I wasn't really good at drawing, but then some years passed by and I just got into the internet, into those websites like Tumblr and Instagram, and so many artists. And then I wanted to draw Percy Jackson characters too, but then I started reading the King Chronicles and I got my attention even more. And that's when, like 2 years ago, I started drawing more about them and reading more. I was just in college finishing my degree, and like all this passion comes back. And that's when I started posting it and sharing my drawings more on Instagram. And I genuinely liked more the King Chronicles. Egyptian culture grabbed my attention a lot because I like the aesthetics. That's the first thing that caught my attention, but also the siblings. It wasn't about, yes, this couple romantic interest, best friends that hate each other and then fall in love quickly. No, it was a family bond. And personally, I feel like family is very important to talk about in books for the young adult or middle grade, even audience. And through art, through drawings, we are making this world more real. It's not about the likes or the sharings. It was about the excitement we shared. And I was like, oh, yes, I'm not the only one building this world that Rick Riordan started. We can like explore and play. Well, there was this super big issue about Sadie's skin. The fans got into a little fight in the comments of an Instagram post because I drew Savvy with a whiter skin tone, because yes, that's how the fandom pictured her at the beginning, because Rick Jordan described her as a blonde white woman. Then there was these people telling, but she's coming from a black dad and her brother is black and she should have a little bit more brownish skin. They were mad because some artists draw her even like black woman and some others wanted to. So like the narrative was confusing. What Rick explained, what Rick wrote, it was an issue. And I wanted to hear those concerns. And I was like, well, I'm not the author. I can't control that. But I could try something else for the people that are not content with it. So I made her skin tone a little bit more dark, but tan maybe, and they were like happy about it. But yes, it was like okay, but at the end, the skin doesn't matter, right? Everyone likes that she's always saying what she thinks and always does the dangerous things. I mean, impulsive, funny, sarcastic girl, and that's what I wanted to portray in the drawings more than her skin. But well, the importance of representation and diversity in the books and in the fun art also made me think, wow, well, this is more than just drawings. I mean, then I should pay attention of what I'm drawing, how I'm drawing it, and that's how the sharing my drawings became more important. I didn't study illustration. I studied psychology. When I graduated, I started to post the fun art, and this illustration became so popular that an agent from a New York agency called me and told me, we want to see if we could manage a representation for you and for you to become part of projects and draw book covers, draw graphic novels in a commercial way. I built this and with an E project to Anna with an N, like a Mexican alternative version, because I really, really like and with a name, the Netflix show. And I started reading the books too. And I was reading them. I really liked Anne as a character and all this story and the lessons and life lessons. Yes, I investigated a lot about the Mexican. In Spanish, is La Edad del Oro, La Edad de Oro, golden years of Mexican TV shows, and the way they dressed, and this Spaniard and Mexican mix that happened a lot in this country. The Spaniards came and they turned it all around, and there is this mix in Mexico where you can find a lot of Spaniards ascendant people with like Mayan and Aztecs, others, and I was trying to represent what we live here, like maybe from the outside and other countries, you see Mexicans and you all think we have mustaches and we eat tacos all the time and party, playa, beaches. I mean, yeah, in the playa, the ocean, and it's hot all the time. I live in North Mexico, and a lot of things here is we have a very strong American influence here. That's why I feel like mixed sometimes. Maybe that's where I identified a lot with the Kane siblings, because they were like mixed with some things. Me too, in some way, because I feel very traditional Mexican, but I also have a lot of outside influence. The point is, I did this project. I developed the characters, some illustrations, like some moments, key moments of how the story will be, how this Anna with One and universe will be. Now these days, I feel like the platforms and the media is starting to talk a lot about the representation, that sometimes it feels forced, like we have to add this black woman, or we have to add this Asian character. I don't know, like you need to have a lot of diversity, and I start seeing people getting mad because like it's very forced with like, or this situation of Ariel, why is Ariel black, and people getting mad, and I'm like, but it goes beyond that. The appearance, I mean, yeah, the appearance is important. Siento que también dependiendo el nivel de conciencia que uno tiene, um, comienza a creer que la apariencia es meramente superficial, como que yo siento que para una audiencia de los pequeños, la apariencia es mucho más importante porque quieren ver esta representación de que y las niñas, los niños lo ven y dicen, ah, soy yo, mira, es verdad, o sea, yo también puedo aparecer en estas cosas, yo también puedo participar en estos mundos fantásticos, yo también puedo, vaya, sí, para los niños siento que es muy importante, ¿sabes? Y para los adultos es como, se ofenden porque ahora creen que es poco realista, o no hacen justicia a lo que originalmente creen de la historia o lo que sea, pero creo que como adultos deberíamos comprender que a veces la representación es para los más pequeños o los más jóvenes, así lo veo yo. There will always be people that will not understand your vision. I mean, I feel like there will always be fights in the media about these topics. This humanity is always like good and bad. Like there's always, we're always trying to find the balance, because it seems we can't erase all the darkness, but there's a lot of light too in what we share, in what we create, in what we, yes, we love. And yes, we could give a lot of a mucho peso, o sea, darle más peso a las cosas buenas, y podemos así vencer un poco más todas esas actitudes negativas y limitantes, pero entender que siempre va a haber un pequeño porcentaje que podría quedarse ahí. There will always be a lot of bad or people with a level of consciousness that can't understand these topics. But if we are more people saying, no, this is the right way, a peaceful way to explain and share things, it will make the world a better place. Yes, little by little. The entertainment industry is changing that, because we can see more and more stories of different kinds of people, a lot of diversity, and I love that. I love that, and that's what makes us act differently in real life. It's so beautiful what we're doing here. I know there are some dark topics in the entertainment industry or even in the publishing industry, but I do feel like as an illustrator, as an artist, I do have a lot of a long way to learn about it. I'm trying to build and write my own stories, and it's also a long way to go. But I do want to take into account this topic, to listen to it and try to represent the people, and also people like me, people mixed and a mixed backstory and about women. But yes, representation matters, and we should investigate more about it. Everybody. As a last advice that I could give is try not to talk in ignorance. You should try to understand more these others' visions. Try to learn more about it and not just take the things personally and say what you think by what you learned and what the society and your family made you believe. Like on learning the things some people told you about how life should be. Question it. Question it all, right? Yeah.